Ken, could you please let us know what qualifies you to be a facilitator in this retreat?
Right, good question. I think many people are thinking the same thing. So it's two things. First is I have been a professional coach since 2009, coaching people with all sorts of things, career issues, self-esteem and confidence issues, starting businesses, people who've never had a business. For example, about 3 years ago, I coached an IT executive who was really good at his job. He was working in UK, but he had fibromyalgia, which is like feeling constantly tired, like a severe form of flu all the time. So he was having that all the time, every single day while he got on his life. So in my coaching, one of the things he said to me once was that it's much better when I'm in a hot country. So I managed to persuade him to because he was working for a UK firm doing IT help desk, and he was working remotely. So I managed to persuade him to get his employers to relocate him to Thailand, which was impossible and unimaginable for him. And now he lives in Thailand 3 years later, and he's married to a Thai wife. He doesn't do IT anymore, but he's really happy, and his fibromyalgia is not an issue for him anymore.
Wow, so that is quite something.
Yes, that's the kind of thing I do as a coach, but also personally, I've been on a journey, as you know. In 2014, I was diagnosed. I was told because I became 50, which is a big milestone for everyone. And when you get 50, you get invited to go to your GP for a checkup. And then GP checked up and said, we need to warn you that you are a pre-diabetic. That is your early stages of becoming a diabetic. And that time I weighed, my usual weight was around 102, 104 kilograms, which is like for somebody who's 5'7", is a lot of weight carrying. I tried a lot of things to lose weight, but I found it impossible. And in 2016, they confirmed actually I now have diabetes. I was put on a government diabetes program.
Yeah.
And still trying all the things, all the diets, and it still wasn't working for me. And then in 2018, I decided I'm going to do something, invent something for myself. So I invented exercising in a way that, because I used to run before, in 1999, I used to run and gave up smoking. So I was very successful at that, but I stopped running and put on weight.
Yeah.
And as part of my running, I damaged my knees because I didn't know how to run. I was listening to all the advice and it was wrong advice. And I damaged my knees to the point I couldn't even run for a bus. So I wanted to take up exercise. And one of the things, I live on the 9th floor of a tower block. So I decided to climb the stairs, not just once, but for a whole hour until I could, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I did that for a whole year to get fit.
Wow.
Yeah, as 135 steps. I did, towards the end of the year, I was doing it 16, 17 times in an hour. So I wasn't running, I was walking really fast and getting the lift down. So I invented those kind of things to help me to lose weight, and also completely rearranged my diet, reorganized my diet, what I ate, how I cooked, and relearned how to eat healthily, nutritiously without having to put weight, and also learned how to do exercise without, damaging yourself. And then after a year of strengthening myself, I started running. And the first time I ran for a whole hour, and then I wasn't out of breath. I was dumbfounded. So I thought, how did I do that? Because I did a year of preparing and strengthening myself for doing that. And just to give you an example, last year between 6th of June 2020 and then 5th of June 2021 this year, I ran an equivalent of 8 kilometers a day for 365 days to raise money for a charity called the Hunger Project. So and then one of the best things I've had was just before the pandemic, when I went for my checkup, because as a diabetic, you get a yearly checkup. And my doctor said, you're very well, you've lost a lot of weight and your signs are very good. You're almost on the verge of reversing your diabetes. And then I just went, because 2 years we couldn't see the GP because of the pandemic. I just been to the doctor in June this year, and he said, you're still the same, you haven't changed. So I've learned how to deal with a crisis, personal crisis like diabetes, and overcome it, and to be successful without getting injured, without, I can run. I've been running, last 22 days, I've been running 11 10Ks. Every other day, a 10-kilometer run. and I'm fine with it. And
Fabulous.
so these are the expertise I've gained for myself and also helping other people. So
Yes.
the idea for the pandemic, that's what qualifies me to, to help people.
Yes.
So I want to help other people to regain either their health, physical health, mental health, or their well-being and sense of well-being. As you know, in the last 2 years, a lot of things have happened, either career-wise for people or money-wise for people or health-wise. So I want to help people to recover again. And so this just 5 days in Spain is my way of contributing to people and backed by my own ability to help myself and other people.
Inspiring, very much so. Ken, thank you very much.
No worries. Thanks a lot.